What up, people? What up? LJ Young back in the house. I wanted to share. Sometimes these moments come in my head, and I want to share with you guys. All right, so I remember I call one of my awakening moments. Okay, and when I became debt free, my eyes really started to open up. Anyway, once. Like I said before, when you're in debt, you're financially blind. Whether you want to believe it or not, I was financially blind. I did not know I was. Anyway, I remember being at work, but let me lay the groundwork so you guys know. I have a degree in computer engineering. All right, I have a degree in computer engineering, and I remember after becoming debt free, I remember I was sitting at my computer screen working, right, and I used to work with a software called VMware, all right? It's a virtualization software. And I remember looking at, I was reading for the latest upgrade. So you go, every time a new version of it comes out, you start to read about it and say, okay, what are the new features? What they changed? What they fixed? Blah, 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 right? And I remember reading it and something right in the middle of my read, something said, you know what? You're not interested in this shit anymore. I mean, if I could have an argument with myself, that's what it would have been like. Right in the middle of the reading, it said, you're not interested in it anymore. I was like, what do you mean? That's my money maker. You know, what do you mean I'm not in it? And so I tried to continue on reading it, and something just stopped me. It just said, you're not interested in it anymore. And I remember that, I'll never forget that day. And I was like, and I sat back in the chair, and I was like, what do you mean? That's what I've always studied for. That's what I got my degree in. That's my money maker. I was making six figures in the computer industry, and it just said, you're not interested anymore. And I remember getting up from my desk, walking over to the window, getting up out of my desk in my cubicle area, walking over to the window, looking out, and I remember saying something was like, it's time to go. I remember looking out the window, standing there, and it said, it's time to go. And then I turned around, and I remember looking at all my coworkers and all of them in their cubicles and over the whole floor, and it was just time to go. I don't know how to explain it, but it was time for me to leave that place, leave the field, leave this area. And I didn't quite get it right at that moment, so I left that job and I almost got my salary plus half at a different job, right? I mean, I did. I went from that job and went and got another job and got a $50,000 a year raise, right? And I was happy, right? So I went over there, and I remember getting there, and something tells me, it told me, it's like, Linnell, you don't get it. The money don't even matter no more. You're done with this. You're done with it. And I remember being there for maybe about a month and a half, and I had to tell the people, hey, I gotta leave. They were like, hey, why are you leaving? You want more money? And blah, blah, blah. I was like, nah. They said, where you going? I said, nowhere. I said, I'm just leaving this field. I don't want to work in computers anymore. They were looking, and they all stopped at me. They gave me this look like, wow, I wish I could do that. That's the look they did. They said, what you gonna do? I said, nothing right now. I gotta figure this out. Because right there it showed me, it was almost like the universe was telling me something like, it ain't about money, El. It is not about money. It's about what you wanna do that makes you happy, that will help other people. Help people experience what the experience you're feeling today, right? So I remember leaving that job, and they were just trying everything to, hey, if you want to come back, and blah, blah. I said, I won't be back. I'm done. I'm done with this. And I said, hey, it's nothing to do with your company. It's me. I remember leaving, headed home. I wasn't scared or nervous, because when you're out of debt, you don't worry about these things that you normally worry about, you know, just money and how you're going to pay the rent and all this other stuff. You don't worry about that stuff when you don't have any debt. All right. So you come out. I went home. I remember going home and thinking, what is it that's calling me? You know, what is it that's drawing me out of getting away from computers? Because I don't even want to touch computer. I paid $30,000 for my degree, and I don't want to even sit in front of a computer if it ain't working for myself, for another business. So that was January of 2016. Okay, January of 2000. I haven't had a job since, a regular job. I haven't had a traditional job, right? Now, if somebody would have come up to me and told me like a few years before that and said, Linnell, if you quit your job today, how long could you go without working? I would have been able to say maybe a month, maybe 2, you know, but I made my identity, my job was my identity. And I don't know how I let that happen, but it wasn't me. It wasn't my calling. It wasn't my, it didn't fulfill me. That's the best way I can explain it. It's very difficult to explain. But anyway, it started maybe a year or two beforehand when I was going to work, right? I'm telling you this, and I don't understand how or why. Okay, that's the best way I can tell you this part, right? I remember driving to work, going the same way, stopping at the same lights, missing the same potholes, complaining about the same thing, parking in the same spot at work, pulling up, going to and I remember this repetitive pattern, right? And I remember thinking, is this going to be the rest of my life until I retire? Leaving the same time in the evening, dealing with the same traffic going home, complaining about the same things, pull up, eat, maybe go to the gym, go home, go to sleep, and keep starting it over and over and over again, right? And I remember thinking, this can't be it. But I didn't know any other way to change it. I didn't know. And I've told this story many times, and then I was trying to get a loan, and then they'd stop me, and something didn't make any sense to me, and that's what changed everything. But my point is this. Something in the back of my mind was calling for a change in my life. And it wasn't money. Money was the bait for me. It was just the bait, because I was giving it all away on car notes and credit cards, and so really it looked like I was happy, but I really wasn't, because I was in debt, you know. But once that debt was removed, I noticed how my job was taking advantage of me. And I'm not blaming them. It's a business, you know. I don't blame the job, because today I wouldn't allow a job to do that. I would just say, hey, no, you can't call me after hours. You can't call me anytime you want. You can't just call me in because something went wrong. You know, you have to schedule that. You have to pay me accordingly, and I'll let you know if I can do that. But you hire me for a specific task. I come in, do my 8 hours, and then I leave. There is no calling afterwards, during, before, change. No, that's not it. But anyway, once it was time to go, but I think like this. If I didn't change something major in my life, which finally understanding that debt and credit is not real. It's the very thing. It was the very thing preventing me from doing what I wanted to do in life. And what I'm doing now, I'm doing whatever I want to do in life. I'm doing whatever I want to do. I don't have to answer to nobody but myself. And I'm showing you guys by living it and doing it. And I know it seems unbelievable. If I was watching me, I'd be like, he's lying. He must be rich. Somebody's paying his bills. Somebody's doing, no, I'm telling you, no. It was right in my face the whole time, just like this. It was like, but the only thing I was doing is like, hey, move, move out the way. Hey, okay, why am I not getting ahead? Why am I living the paycheck? And then we go, hey, why am I living the paycheck to pay? Why am I living the paycheck to paycheck? Will you move? It was right in my face the whole time. And it's so obvious. It makes me angry. It was so obvious. It makes me angry about all the time in my life that I just gave away, that I can never get back. I can never get it back. And I gave it away for free. Not all of it. I mean, you got to work to earn money. But there are times, and everybody knows this, there are times that you just give this time to your job without thinking twice, thinking, oh, I'm a team player, I'm participating, I'm showing them that I'm a hard... No, that has nothing to do with nothing. I want you to understand that. Soon as I was putting my feelings into my job, that's where I messed up. As soon as I put my feelings in my job, because feelings and business, they had no place together. They had nothing to do with nothing. Sharing, now my mission is to share my life experiences with you guys to help you understand that if you want to change this, you can. It's possible. Will you have to sacrifice a little bit? Yeah, but it's temporary sacrifice. So don't say, hey man, I can't have no fun. I can't do this. For a little while, maybe a few years. But it's totally up to you how long this sacrifice is. Me personally, I went extreme. Because once I had a taste of it, there was no stopping. Right? But I had to not listen to society. You got to say, no, society, I ain't trying to hear you. I'm going this direction because this direction has been making me sit here this whole time. And I'm tired of sitting here not doing anything. So what I had to do was I sold my car, sold my Lexus. Hey, L, what you do with that Lexus, man? I sold it. Oh, man, did you want to buy it for me? You can buy it for me and I'll drive it. If you want me to look good in a Lexus, you buy it for me, I'll drive it for you. But I'm not paying for it. Sold it, moved out of my fancy apartment, took the time to understand taxes. Wait till you guys see my next video. For those of you that want to know a little bit deeper about how to save money on your taxes and stuff, I got a good one for you. But this is something I could not see or do when I was deep in debt. Couldn't even see it. But anyway, that's another video. But this is to show you that society, family members, and friends will be I'm not going to say all of them, but some of them will be your main blockers. People that you think, I'm not saying that they don't love you, but it's weird. It's hard to explain. I don't know how to even explain it. But the people that you think will support you, they don't support you. They're not going to support you. But you don't get mad at them because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know this direction. This is why only 15% of America is not in debt. 85% are. There's a reason for that. There's a reason. And what that debt causes, it causes fear. And fear holds you back for these things that you got in the back of your head, that you back in your mind say, man, I sure would love to be doing that for a living. Oh man, that wouldn't even be a job. I would love it that much. That one you put on the back burner, that's the one that will come to light. You won't put it off no more. It'll be in your face and you cannot turn it off. You will not be able to turn it off. But one thing I've had to learn is this. I had to not judge people for not doing or seeing what. Everybody will be enlightened at their time. Something will be put in your face, put in place right in front of you to where you can't get around it. And you're going to be forced to deal with it. You're going to be forced. You ain't going to be able to get over it. And either you're going to face it or just keep running from fear to avoid it. But I had to face it head on. I had to say, what is this block? What is this thing that's bugging me every day I wake up for work? You know, it wasn't, first I thought it was maybe the job I worked at, so I got another job to see if that was the fix. That was not the fix. Another job was not the fix. I thought more money. The more money wasn't the fix. But I still did not know why, so I had to make that leap to say, let me go see what this is that has been bugging me for the last 2 or 3 years. It was bugging me. Believe me when I say this. If you take the time to see it and see what this is, you'll never turn back. But you cannot listen to people that that will see your failures. Say like you try to do something and you fail at it, and you see the people that will say, oh man, that's why I didn't try. I didn't do that because I knew that was going to happen. Those are the people that are not, they don't do nothing. And people, successful people, want to see other people be successful as well. So they understand that failure is part of success. Go towards the failures, because that's where you learn. You learn from them. It's no different than when you first rode a bike. If you fell down and just say, oh, screw it, I'm not gonna, you would have never learned how to ride a bike, but you kept getting up. Don't let people dictate your failures like, oh, you're a failure. You just think in your head, you don't know. They tell, those kind of people, they tell you everything about themselves when they do that. They tell you. They say, I haven't tried shit. I'm not going to train shit. I'm in this safe job, thinking a job is safe. I don't know why, but I'm in a safe job. I don't try anything. This is what I do. This is where I'm going to be. I'm safe. Don't listen to them. Don't say anything. No, you don't know. Just don't even say nothing. They just tell you everything that they've done and what they'll be doing in life. And remember what I said. It's what I've learned is the people that are closest to you. It's weird, man. I'm telling you, it's weird. But it's true. I used to always hear that. But it's true. I'm not saying becoming debt-free will help you. It helped me. It helped me see a lot of things that I could not see. But I tell you one thing, I'm never going back. 40-hour work week, 2 weeks vacation a year, I'm never going back to that. That's insane to me. There is no way in hell I'm going back. I'm not going back. A job, now don't get me wrong, if I need money, I'm not borrowing no money, so I have to go get a job. But a job is a job to me. I'll go make my money. I'm not saying, hey, what's long term? Am I going to retire from here? I'm not doing none of that. It's just money. Money is the bait. I hope if this, to me, this only needs to reach at least one person. If I can spark something in somebody's mind, in just one person's mind, to kind of see what I see, that's enough for me. That's enough. I show you guys what I can do in my workout videos. My body doesn't hurt. I get stronger. I do more things. It's weird. But now I have the time to educate myself to know what kind of nutrients and stuff I put in my body. And it responds. It responds. It does what I tell it to do. Anything I tell it to do. I see a move, I'm doing that. And I show you guys. I'm not making this up. Ain't no strings attached to me in the gym when you guys watch me. Ain't no strings attached to me. I do it. There's some things I see that I can't do. I say, I ain't doing that. I see something amazing. I don't like doing normal stuff. I don't like doing things that anybody else can just jump off the couch and do. I don't like doing that. That's me. But that's LJ. Find what you're good at. Something that you know you can do. You can look at and say, that'll be easy. I believe everybody has some kind of skill or talent that they don't even have to think twice to know they can do that. I don't care what it is. It might not be in the gym. It might be, finance. Or I don't know, whatever. But you don't have to think twice about doing it. When it comes to the gym, physical, debt. Like people say, oh, LJ, you ain't no personal finance. Yes, I am. And I'm very good at it. I'm very good at it. I can help anybody in their personal in their personal finances. Anybody. Do I have a degree in finance? No. I don't need it. That's how good I know I am. I don't care if anybody believes me. It doesn't matter. I know I'm that good. I've helped a few people already. And then when they come back and say, oh man, it was right there the whole time. Yep, it was right there the whole time. I hope you guys, those who follow me, was it scary for me? Yeah, it was scary. Because I didn't know any different. 40 years I was doing it wrong. 40 years I was doing it wrong. For me to admit I was doing it wrong for 40 years, that was a tough step. It is what it is. You got to love yourself first. All right, you guys have a good one. That's a beautiful day today. Heading back to Seattle tomorrow, actually, and then I'm going to come back in February. Because I love it. I love where I'm at. I love what I do. I love it, man. I wouldn't change it. It's freedom. If you've never felt true freedom, this is how I got my freedom. All right, you guys have a good one. All right, bye.